Welcome home. We are WNST, AM 1570, Towson, Baltimore, and Baltimore Positive. An all-star game week. Orioles headed to Texas. All the fights of last weekend and the fisticuffs and all of that. And Lord knows, the country and assassination, all this stuff's happening this week. But I'm back on the grid. We're going to be doing a little bit of best of this week with some Hall of Fame baseball players because it's a baseball week around here, and I've taken 33 years to accumulate all this stuff. We're going to get the Maryland Crab Cake Tour back out on the road with the Gold Rush Sevens doublers. We had a great time at Fadley's. We had some winners at Fadley's on Friday. The Orioles did not win on Fadley's at Friday, but we had a good time over there. Make sure you're checking that out all week long. We had a great guest from the Bergen Record talking about Frank Sinatra songs, and so it was good to have Pete Caldera on. And Luke came down as well. Luke is on vacation this week. He is in Wildwood, and it's just as well because Luke's not a golfer, and I'm going to talk some golf here right now. RJ Sheppard, Richard Sheppard is the PGA Pro over at Forest Park with our partners at Classic 5 Golf. We always see him, and now we're Facebook friends. I see you carting your kids at the Oriole games, and summer's on and all this. First off, how are things at Forest Park? What's going on the west side, man?
Everything's good, man. It's a little hot, but we're making it through, staying cool, staying hydrated. Course is in good shape, considering the heat, and looking forward to a great summer here at Forest Park.
That's what I was going to ask you about the weather, right? Because look, I know a little bit about golf. I know very little about horticulture and about grasses and how they grow. Played a lot of baseball infield. I squirted the grass down, but that's the full extent. I lost my finger mowing the lawn when I was 3 years old. So I'm not a lawn mower guy.
Okay.
But I have a guy my dear friend John from True Vine takes care of my lawn, right? And we had a little party 4th of July for friends over at the house.
Mm-hmm.
And I warned him a month ahead of time. I said, look, I'm having people over, bugs, grass, this, that. He came over and he cut the grass, and my son was at the house. And my son is a landscaper, has done landscaping work, and he cut it. And I was like, why are you here? Give me the schedule. And I'm trying to understand grass cutting. And my son and he both said, you can't cut the grass. You'll cut it too short. It'll burn. It'll burn. And I'm like, I don't know anything about grass. And I thought,
yes,
I got to ask you about this because, this is the most important thing going on a golf course right now, right here, where it's been 100 degrees for 2 weeks. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, man, you come out there one day and the green turns to, gold. And, just keeping courses in shape is the gal that does Oriole Park, she's only got this much grass and she's got to keep it perfect. You got 18 holes out there, man.
Yeah. When it's really hot, you got to keep it wet. And we had a drought there with rain. We had a couple of rain last couple of days, but before that, it was a real drought in regards to rain. So the greens get, the fairways and the rough greens kind of get burnt out. But we keep it.
Does that happen every year, everywhere? Is it?
Every summer. Yeah.
Country clubs spend $1 million. It's the sun, the water, the grass. Yeah. It's tough to do, I would think, right?
It doesn't matter where you are. It's tough, when it's so hot. It's grass not growing how it normally would in the spring. That's when things are blooming, things are sprouting. Summertime, you just want to keep them. You're trying to maintain through the summer, keep them wet as best you can. Hopefully, Mother Nature helps us out a little bit. But this week you got today, tomorrow, Wednesday. I think you're looking over 100 degrees. So we'll keep it wet and hopefully stay green.
Dude, I love having you on the screen because you got your little Crocodile Dundee hat on. You're ready to go out there. On these hot days, do you have any advice for people? And I would think young people, I remember being young playing baseball on 100-degree days, being like, damn, it's hot and you hydrate. And I didn't know much about hydration back then. I know a lot more now. Any advice for people? Obviously starting early in the day, older people and people some people probably shouldn't be out on the golf course this time of year.
Yeah.
Just in general, you love golf and all that, but you're a little up in age. You got this and that. It's too hot to play this week for some people, right?
One, know your limits. Elderly people, some people have the certain health conditions. Know your limits. Definitely play early in the morning or in the evening. As the sun's starting to go down, stay hydrated.
You have people out there at 1:30 this afternoon. It'll be 98. There'll be people on the course.
We'll have a few. Right? We'll have a few. Yeah, 9 holes not too bad. You can kind of get around quickly, get a quick 9 in before you get too dehydrated and sweating out your
Yeah, but all
shirt
you
before
knuckleheads
you
go
leave
out
your
there in
shirt. But
January. The first day, it's 41 degrees. You're all out there playing and whatever. But when it gets
yeah,
hot, it's time to get off, right? I mean, there is a point
well,
where, like, you have to bail out here a little bit, right?
it gets to a point, but you got to be prepared. Stay hydrated. Wear your sunscreen. Wear your bucket hats. I got these sleeves I'm gonna put on. I got junior golf camp this week, so I got these sun sleeves I put on. Keeps you cool. Keeps the sun from getting the sunburn, and just got to be prepared for it. Golf's an outdoor sport, so got to be prepared for the elements.
You
So
got suntan lotion out there for everybody, a little SPF 50 for all the kids. Is that what we're doing?
yeah, we got some banana boat out there. Yep.
Nice. Well, tell me
Yeah.
about the junior. Because I want to talk. I mean, I'll talk British, and they're playing in Scotland. And we'll get to all that and the live tour and all the crap that's going on with golf. But you're out there every day playing. You're out there every day teaching. We talk about Classic
Yeah.
Five and the courses being everywhere. It's a little hot right now, but if you did sign up and take our advice back in the spring or early summer, and you're out there and it's summertime and you got kids that sign up for camps, tell me about the junior program because I know that's something you're really proud of, and I know as a parent yourself now,
Yes.
you're getting the club into the kids' hands, making them think they were born with it.
Yeah. So we got junior golf camp this week. I do it in the morning, so I just do it from 9 to 12, Monday through Friday. So that way we get them out before it gets too hot. We have a good time. We go. They have a nice curriculum set up. PGA Junior Golf Camps. We're taking them through everything, and on Friday we take them out on the course. So they have a great time.
Hold on, when you
They
say
got yeah.
curriculum, hold on, man, you're making it sound like
Okay.
school to me, right? So when I think curriculum, like I need to call Don Moeller and get the principal's guide out and like all that. Um, there is a course. I mean, because I would think I come out and play. You and I get to know each other. We do a little lesson. I say, I want to work on this. I want to work on that. What do you want to work on? But when you take a child and say, this is how to hold the club, and then,
Yes.
but they're literally there. There's a handbook. I don't know. I'm ignorant to this.
Yeah. We try to do a curriculum that way they can take stuff home. And usually when you teach somebody, especially juniors, but even adults, sometimes you tell them something, and then tomorrow they forget it. That way they have
Or they're
something they
me
can,
and they don't listen to best advice.
or that, or
Choosing
that
your
too. So
free will.
that way they can take it home. They can reference it later because I won't be there all the time. So they need information to go back to later. They can practice on their own because I won't be there. I'm only one man, so I can't be there all the time. So that way they can always reference that later in the future. And it keeps you playing golf forever. You always go back to your curriculum, to your reference sheet, and yeah, you can always go back to it.
All right, he's always measuring your game over there. He can help you with your game as well. He's PGA
Yes.
golf pro. He is Richard Sheppard Jr. RJ, you can find him over at Forest Park. All the Classic 5 courses. I had Tom on a couple weeks ago over Coco's. He got a crab cake out of the deal. At some point, you got to get off the course, come have a crab cake because I ain't bringing it to you. You got to come do the crab cake tour with me. Tom came over to Coco's last month, but it was a
I
Phillies
love
weekend.
Cocos.
So, it was
Okay.
Phillies weekend. So, like, I
Father's
had to
Day
let him
weekend.
do all
Yeah.
that Philadelphia stuff, get that out of the way.
Yeah.
We got a big week here with the British. I mean, obviously the majors are the majors. When I think of uh, going over to Old Trafford or going over to play soccer, and I see all the soccer stuff here, and I think about famous courses in St. Andrews and famous places in Europe. Royal Troon. I don't know Royal Troon. Like I don't know enough about it. It's a great name, and I checked out where it is in Scotland and all that.
Yeah.
But this is one of those weekends where like all everybody comes, all the players are playing the live thing or live thing, however you pronounce it. This
Live.
is
Yeah.
yeah, this is the best golfers in the world getting together here on these crazy looking courses. They look like they're on another planet anytime they play British Open, right?
Yeah. Well, the British Open, now they call it the Open. They got rid of the British, so now it's just called the Open Championship. It's the oldest major in golf. I think the Royal Troon was 1860, something like that, being built. So very historic. That's how golf was originally played. Out Scotland invented the golf course, so invented golf. So it's how it was originally played. Not too many trees, but you got those pot bunkers in the fairway. You got to be careful of. They got big greens, so you might see some long putts they got to navigate. So it'll be fun to watch. Yeah, it'll be
Do
fun to watch.
you like that stuff? I mean, because being American, growing in West Baltimore, the courses look the same, and sometimes you see some courses out in Arizona, Red Rocks, or cliff courses like Pebble Beach. Man, there's not much in America or in North America that looks anything like these They look like prehistoric courses to some degree, right? Looks like where
Yeah, so
dinosaurs were going before the golf balls went.
yeah, so those are link style. So they not too many trees, pretty flat, but you got the elements. You got the wind. Most of those courses over there are off the water, so you got the wind in play. The weather's not as good here in Middle Atlantic, so it might be a little chilly. But
And they're
I mean,
all
that's
like
why
cliffy, right? So you really get crazy winds, right?
crazy winds. Yeah, that's what makes it fun. That really tests the golfers' game, able to control their ball and accommodate for the wind. So here we got parkland style where it's more tree lined, a little more lush fairways and greens. So it's a little different style of play than the links. So
How
you can
have you played any of those kinds of courses before where you stood out and said this is a different style of golf? Because I mean, you listen, you're playing, you're teaching kids, you're there. Every time I talk to golfers, like we don't play golf, we just teach it. We don't really get to go out and like have fun with it very often at all. And when we're on vacation, it's not like it'd be like me talking sports on my vacation. I don't want to do that this week. I'm off this week, you know. So, but
oh
playing these kinds of courses, I would think it's a thrill because it is so unique and different and weird. It's something you kind of only see on TV.
Yeah. The PGA Tour players, they mainly play over here. So I know it's a treat for them to go over there and play that style. A lot of Europeans, they might have a little bit of advantage because they grew up playing there, your Rory's, your John Rahm, guys like that. But hey, they have a week to prepare. So they got until Thursday. I'm sure most of them are already there getting ready. So they got till Thursday to learn the course, learn the track, learn where they're going to hit the ball, and get ready for the round. But on vacation, I have to get around the golf.
Okay.
I haven't been across the pond yet, but anytime I go on vacation, I go to Caribbean a lot. I definitely get around the golfing. I'll
So
be
as a
going to St.
PGA pro, can you get on like courses that nobody else can get? You got a chance if you signed up a year ahead of
Yeah.
time. Could you play Royal Troon if you wanted to?
Oh yeah, yeah. As long as I call ahead, hopefully the head pro there is also PGA. They kind of look out. We're a fraternity, so we're supposed to look out for each other, and they hook us up most of the time.
I know you're looking out for folks out at Forest Park. Do you have a favorite
Yes.
golfer at these days? I mean, like when you're watching this weekend, because I talked to folks. I had Tom on the week before Father's Day, right? So everybody's watching Father's Day, watching the Open.
Yeah.
Like, have you adopted anyone in recent times? Because look, everybody has a Tiger Woods or an Arnold Palmer or a Phil Mickelson, whatever. But in the
Right.
modern game, there's just an incredibly wide, and there's two tours now, right? So there's a wide variety of things you could be watching if you're a fan of a player.
Yeah, well, Rory's my favorite right now. One, we share a birthday, May
Okay.
4th. But I just love his style. He's not too big of a guy, but he still's got a lot of power. He's one of the longest drivers out on tour, and I love. He had a tough U.S. Open, missing those short putts that cost him against Bryson. But I love his demeanor and how he goes about the game. Northern Ireland guy, so he should have
To
an
bounce
advantage
back
over
from
there.
the meltdown,
Yeah,
right?
I'm
Right?
hoping for a bounce back this week. Yeah.
All right, so for you in summertime, give everybody the full invitation to come out when it's still only 84 degrees at 7 a.m. and get out on the course with you. But tell everybody about Forest Park and brag on your own course because I know it's your home course.
Yeah.
Nobody knows it better than you, probably anywhere in the world. I don't know how often
Mm.
you go out there and you actually hit. You got a
Oh, every
little one
day.
now you're bringing out there, and you're walking the course all the time. Give me a day in the life of you out at Forest Park.
Yeah, usually get in early and kind of do my administrative work. I run the golf course as well. I just don't teach, so I'm running the staff, making sure they're in place, doing any administrative things I need for Tom, and then I do some lessons, and hopefully by the evening I could play a few quick nine, keep my game sharp, uh, and just enjoy. It's a great place to be. Everyone, great staff, friendly staff. Great food. Check our grill out. JRS Food Services do a great job. We actually had a event yesterday for if you've been to Carroll Park
I have
at
been to
all.
Carroll Park,
Yeah,
yes.
Vondell, she's
Short
the
track, as
manager.
they say down there.
Yeah, yep, 9 holes downtown. Vondell, she's the manager there. She had a birthday party yesterday here at Forest. We have a banquet room, so it was nice. Everyone came out, and my son was actually out here putting. I took him out for a little bit. It was a good time. So yeah, come on
You guys
out,
all
family
spread out, man.
atmosphere.
You're up Pine Ridge
Yeah,
here. We got all the
yeah,
range
yeah.
driving up there and the computer simulators. We're down in Mount Pleasant. But, you guys are all over town. Classic Five. And it's nice that you guys get together at least once a year and celebrate a birthday, play a little golf together.
Yeah, one big family. So that's our motto, and we're accessible. That's the main thing. We're accessible. Come out and see us. There's no barriers here. Come out, have a great time. And we actually had yesterday too. We had a lady. She had a birthday party, and she just learning golf. She invited about 8 of her friends out to play, and it was great. It was great to see. It was Sunday afternoon. It was hot yesterday, but they still came out, had a great time, and that's what it's all about.
Well, it's hard to get the Oriole game on Sunday anyway. When I go pick up these Maryland
Yes,
lottery tickets, I have to drive right past Carroll Park because the lottery headquarters is in the
yes,
Montgomery
yep,
Wards building.
yes,
So I'm always in Carroll Park once a month getting these from Roz. We're going to get the Maryland Crab Cake Tour back out on the road. RJ Sheppard is joining us here from Forest Park and from our friends at Classic 5 Golf. We talk about it all the time. You got a young one. You want to get back into the game. You just want to go out and hit some balls. If you need some instruction, there are PGA pros at all the locations, and we try to have all of them on and sprinkle them around. You drew the short straw this week to have to come on a 100-degree week here and talk about Royal Troon and all that. But you drew the long straw in that it's All-Star Game week, and you're an Oriole guy.
yeah.
Run
I
me
went to the
through the
game on.
weekend. So here's the
Yeah,
deal. I went down to Florida to see Sammy Hagar and Joe Satriani play all the Van Halen songs. I went down with my buddy John, laid on the beach for a day or two. And so I was sort of gone and monitoring everything on Saturday and Sunday. Obviously, the Kerstad thing and the brushback and the bench is clear, like all of that stuff. Where are you
yeah.
with the Orioles right now? Are you nervous? You like feel like everybody's waiting on pitching, everybody's waiting on getting rid of prospects. This is, and your little one doesn't know this, but you're like half my age. This is rarefied air that we're sitting here in the All-Star game talking about what day we're going to slot playoff games in October. That's never been done before. These are the good times to be an Oriole fan. I know you're digging it.
Yeah, it's a good time. We had a little slump there this past week. I went to the game on Wednesday when we played the Cubs.
It was your fault.
I got some golf friends. We had a suite. It was nice time. We had crab cakes there too in the suite. But yeah, we didn't look good. But I'm glad we got the win yesterday, walk off style. So that gave us some momentum going to the All-Star break. I think we needed this All-Star break. Good time. Regroup, reset, get our lineups right, get some pitching, and hopefully beat the Yankees out second half of the year.
And you're out there running around with all these
Yeah,
young people hitting golf balls all morning. These baseball players, they didn't have a day off in June. It's crazy,
yeah,
right? So
yeah. They need a break. Yeah,
still there, still first place. Everybody
right.
breathe. Watch the gun show. Watch the All-Star game. Take a day off. We'll gather in Arlington this week.
Yeah.
Richard Sheppard Jr. He does things, and he's a PGA golf pro. What does it mean to be a PGA golf pro? What school do you have to go to get that done? Because it's something that is very special, and you are one of them.
Very special. I went to Maryland Eastern Shore PGM golf program. They were the only HBCU to have the PGM program, so it's historic.
I'm gonna have to talk
It's
to my
not
friends over at Coppin about that because they don't like hearing that UMES beat them out on something over in Eastern
or,
Shore.
or Morgan, right? But yeah, being an African American PGA pro is rarefied air. It's not that many of us, but
How many
you know,
are you, or do you know? Is it 1%, 3%, half?
it's less than one. It's less than 1%. Yeah, it's about 30,000 PGA pros. We're probably less than 300. So probably less than 1%
Wow.
African American PGA pros.
And
So
this is a generation after Tiger Woods. I mean, like literally trying to imagine 40 years ago, it just would have been different, like,
yeah, yeah. And
but the
LeBron, yeah,
accessibility for you in West Baltimore. This is what I say to folks, especially when you come on. I'm like, here's a guy that feels like you were born with a golf club. You love the game. You preach the game to everyone in your space, and here you
yeah,
are, years later showing another generation. And I don't know what the percentage of people of color on. Listen, I'm Hispanic. I grew up in Dundalk. There were no Hispanic people. I go to Dundalk now. It's 70% Hispanic. So I
wow,
was the only one in the 70s.
yeah,
Believe me.
yeah.
So, but for you, people of color coming on the course all the time, and probably all the time when you were a kid on the course, it's just not aspiring to be a PGA golf pro. Something that's just very difficult to do.
It is. But yeah, the main thing is accessibility. If for the juniors, if they don't know what's out there, they don't know what to do. So bring them out here. We got a lot of youth organizations coming out and just getting them out on the golf course. A lot of people don't even know we're here. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful golf course here in West Baltimore. You go out on the golf course, you wouldn't even know you're in the city. The scenery, the greenery. It's just a nice time to come out, relax, enjoy, get away from all the hustle and bustle, and the political stuff and all that stuff going on. Just enjoy yourself. And yeah, we're just trying to grow the game. You don't have to be a pro, but just learning the game of golf, being out there, the people you meet, the people you network. That's how I was able to go to the Orioles suite. The people I know through golf is invaluable. So, a lot of golfers are affluent. So you get a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, corporate executives. So a lot of deals get made and all that good stuff. So play golf is a great game, physically, emotionally, socially, financially. So come out, have a great time, please.
Hitting it all right now?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hitting it good. Hitting it good. Yep.
All right. Well,
Hitting
listen,
it good. Yeah.
take care of the kids out there at Forest Park. RJ Sheppard can be
Thank you.
found at Classic 5 Golf. They
Oh,
sponsor us, and we play the ads, and we have a good time. Well, you had something to say. What are you going to say?
I want to say, when we went to the game, Orioles game, I saw what's the lady's name that controls the grounds for the Orioles?
Nicole Sherry.
Nicole. She it was a rain delay. It was a rain delay. It was about 30 minutes, and it was amazing to see how they put the tarp down, all that stuff. It was just amazing to see. Like it was like 30 guys, and Nicole's directing them
Well,
on
I
all the
saw her come
everything to
out
do.
when the storm
Yeah,
was going. She had her iPad,
yeah,
and she's out with the
yes,
iPad looking at the
yes,
storm.
yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, man, my dad would freak out if he were alive. This is the way they're doing rain delays in baseball. Well, the storm, hey,
It
hey,
was
you want to look at this? I mean, we didn't
it
have
was
that.
incredible to watch. Yeah, it was a very efficient. It was just incredible watch. So shout out to her. Piano Yard is always looking good. So I just want to shout her out. That was nice to see.
I don't
That was
use the
nice to
word
see.
hate. I'm anti-hatred. Not things I hate in life, but rain delays. Whoo, baseball. It's right
Yeah,
on. Like I don't tolerate rain delays. I'm just too old for that. So get them over with. Get out on the course while it's cool in the mornings. It's a hot week out there, and if you're
yeah.
watching the
I think after
Open.
Thursday it'll be back nice. After Thursday we'll be back in the 80s. Beautiful weather.
All right. Well, we get the
Yeah.
kids out there. They're hitting the balls. Classic
Yes.
5 Golf is all over the Beltway. You can find them at Mount Pleasant. You can find them at Pine Ridge. You can find them at Carroll Park. I forgot one. What if Clifton?
Clifton Park.
Yeah, I always
Yep.
forget that one. It was the one I
Yep.
drove through going over to Memorial Stadium when I was a kid. You can also find Richard Sheppard up on the website as well with his smiling face and his
Yes.
bio for his PJ. You look a little different with the hat on, but keep cool out there. Keep the kids
I'm
with some
staying cool,
some
brother.
suntan lotion on out there. And
Yeah.
I will see you. You and I get together September for playoff time, I think, before the Orioles get ready for game one with Corbin Burns. Take care of yourselves. Great having you
Sounds
on.
like a plan. Thank
RJ
Nestor.
Sheppard, Richard Sheppard Jr. joining us here from Forest Park and our partners at Classic 5 Golf. We do not have any Crab Cake Tour schedule on the schedule right now. We're going to get back after it in early August, putting something together with Woodbury Kitchen a little later on in the month with Spike Jurda too, and talking about farming and using land to create food that we all enjoy and organic foods and healthy foods. Very, very important that we do that. Summertime, All-Star break. If you hear some old school conversations here with Hall of Famers like Tony Gwynn, Cal Ripken, just down the line, just all of the archives. Earl Weaver, a lot of Brooks Robinson I have in my archives. Going to play that for a couple of days, getting back on the grid. Luke is on vacay this week, running around with both of his nieces in Wildwood, New Jersey, and getting fat on pizza. But we'll get back after it this weekend after the All-Star game. I am Nestor. We are WNST, AM 1570, Towson, Baltimore, and we never stop talking Baltimore positive.